Yo, what is going on? Viewers of the tube, Tyler here, Chico Crypto. Got a white. We want night mode. We are the night man. How's everybody doing? Good to see you guys on this Saturday. After BTC has gotten crushed. Yeah, crushed, which we will talk about. We found a little level, 5K. We rebounded up to 5.7 range. And we've held on to the 5.4, 5K range. Shut up, ad. I hope everyone's doing alright after the crash. I'm sure some people are wrecked. A lot of if you're watching the other YouTubers, you're probably absolutely wrecked. I mean, they promote leverage exchange trading. A lot of them were saying we're never going to go down to these levels. You know, we hit 7K, the last CME gap. It's going to rebound like crazy. And yeah, that didn't happen. So we got a lot of people that got liquidated. It was just a free-for-all. I don't know if I've talked too much about it. I'm going to talk about it on Monday regarding the BitMEX stuff, but it was, they basically pulled the circuit breakers on the Bitcoin markets because BitMEX is such a high volume. I mean, literally it does, I don't even want to know. I hate looking at it. $3.6 billion. I mean, I'm sure during that craziness it was probably like 10 to $20 billion. So a lot of the leverage guys, they got just liquidated. I mean, even some of the top traders, you know, like Jacob Canfield, I mean, Angelo BTC, I'm sure got liquidated. So not the best thing to see, in my opinion. But, you know, as the day came to a close, Friday, we had a reversal with the stock market. Big old pumping, yeah. We jumped over 2,000 points at the top, ended the day nearly 2,000 points, 1,985. And it came just right after Trump's, speech, and he declared the virus a national emergency. Yeah, he should have declared that a long time ago when we've got the first cases. I mean, you saw what happened in China. It's not like we're any different. We are actually different. We have a lot more freedom, so it's going to be a lot harder to control something like this in China. Which, I mean, this goes back to, is this the initiation of martial law? Was this set up? So we see what happens in CCP, Italy, they go on mass quarantines, martial law. Is that going to happen here in the United States? Are they going to force people into their homes? That's never happened before, Not in the modern world. But since like World War II, I'm sure there was some lockdowns during World War II and stuff, but not since mass industrialization and the rise of consumerism in the United States. So let's talk about what went on Friday. So, because we got to talk about the stock market to understand what's going to happen in the Bitcoin markets. I thought there would be a breakaway earlier than this with the Bitcoin markets, but the more research I do, the more it's just making me depressed, but optimistic at the same time. So, Trump, he actually talked to some people, tech, some of the big tech CEOs, execs out there. And right here, this article explains it. It says, representatives from companies including Amazon, Google, IBM, and Cisco met at the White House on Wednesdays with officials who asked the firms how they can help manage the crisis. The discussion ranged from how technology companies could use their data to help track the virus to rooting out misinformation spreading online, according to people familiar with the discussions and meeting readout. So basically, how can we track people? I mean, you're not tracking a virus necessarily. I mean, the virus lives in people, so you're tracking people. So how can we track people, and how can we track people's misinformation online? Probably a person like me, I wouldn't doubt it, because I want to try to spread the most truth as possible. I'm one of the first crypto YouTubers to be like, this is serious, the coronavirus. If you just did research into what was going on in China and how much they were fighting to get the real information out, you understand this is more serious than what people are putting on. Or leading on, I should say. I haven't said hi to everybody yet, so I guess I'll say hi. How about ADA? Got trashed like the whole market. Everything got trashed. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get taken down with Bitcoin, you guys. There's not gonna be some DeFi breakout if Bitcoin gets crushed. It's the liquidity monster in the cryptocurrency space, and this comes back to the stock market, which we'll get into in a little bit. 700 USD is only possible if the Dow collapses to like 10,000. So, hey, oh, you guys got my hi. Hey, what's up, everybody? I was waiting on that. Good to see you guys. Red for Danger, Ritesh, Soria, Preston, Gabriel, Scooter, Stephen McCoy. Bought some Cosmos. I mean, yeah, there's good pickups right now. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. I'm sure some of you guys are like, shut up, Tyler. The crypto markets are just another speculative asset that's garbage. But we're going to get into what's going on, you guys. So, Bitcoin is the phoenix that can rise from the ashes. Crypto, DeFi. I mean, I say Bitcoin, but I mean everything. So, you know, Trump, he met with, you know, technology guys to, you know, how can we track the virus and how can we track people and how can we stop fake news or the truth. You know, that's what he met. He didn't meet with a bunch of health officials about testing, blah, blah, blah. He met with tech guys. And then he brought on a bunch of CEOs from a bunch of consumer product corporations inside the United States. Walgreens, Target, Walmart. I mean, there were some health guys. I'm sure he just brought them on. But look, they're listed last. These guys should be listed first. But, I mean, these are the guys going to make out the biggest in such a panic situation. I mean, people are going to be buying crap from Walmart like crazy. But that's only going to be a short-term thing. I mean, if mass quarantines come, you can't go out of the house. Walmart suffers. So I was just shocked when the Dow rebounded like it did because he claimed a national emergency, brought on a bunch of tech people. I mean, talked with tech people, brought on a bunch of CEOs from consumer products, some of the biggest ones, and was like, hey, this is what we need to do. No, this is what got us into this mess. You son of a beesnotch. Uh-oh, whoa, Corrupted's in the house. Oh, what's up, brother? Try to be out of debt. Try not to panic sell. If you can afford to add to positions, both stocks and BTC, at levels you like, and then go ahead. Genuinely wishing you all well and be safe. You can't get the gains without the crashes. Stay strong. Wise words from a wise man. Yeah, I agree 100%. So it depends on what you... I mean, there's going to be great buys on stuff all around, but there's going to be bad buys on stuff all around too. So you got to play it smart. You can't just be picking up stuff all willy-nilly. Because our markets are messed up, you guys, and we're going to get into that. It's extremely messed up. So, I mean, this just gets into it. This is just published. Walmart may cut store hours to combat coronavirus and says the Kentucky associate has tested positive. So, Walmart stores could eventually be getting closed down. Even though they said they're going to be using their parking lots for testing. But they need to make some money somehow. You know, Walmart. So, hey, let's become the testing center. Let's get money from the U.S. government. So, I'm sure they're working deals with all these guys. It's not like these corporations are going to eat the costs. No way, you guys. Corporations just don't do that. Unless there's a, you know, scratch my back, you scratch yours, you know. It's a give and take situation. Corporations aren't just going to spend money because Trump said, hey, we need you. We need your parking lots. No. So this is the bill HR 6201 that was passed, and it's a stimulus package, basically blah, 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 Nancy Pelosi. I haven't got into it deep yet. It's whatever, how many pages? 100 and something. Bunch of language, you know, trying to confuse you, hiding stuff. So I'm going to try to figure out what it exactly means because Trump signed off on it. You know, it is what's going to happen regarding the stimulus here in the States. But Trump, he wants to save the stock market. That's his number one goal right now. It's not, the safety of Americans. It's the safety of his portfolio. And that's in big trouble. So, what the hell is this? Oh, this is just them striking the deal. So this was what happened. So we had $1.5 trillion in repo operation stimulus over the past week. Massive amount. They're basically, like this post says, Fed's backed into a corner now with low ammo. And the world now runs on a bunch of worthless paper. Yeah, worthless as can be. So they are backed into a corner, and a lot of people thought this was, them just giving banks free money. But repo operations aren't just that, but it is at the same time, because we'll get into that. So here's a little video on what a repo operation is, hopefully.
To the lender is also called collateral, so this could be a bond. To the lender is also called the seller in the repo, or the one who's doing the reverse repo.
That's
so the borrower selling the collateral
or
to the lender right in exchange for cash.
To the government.
So in my simple example, the collateral has a value of $100 here, and so our borrower is borrowing $100 against this collateral. And now here's the key thing. Our borrower is promising to repurchase or buy that collateral back in the near future, as soon as tomorrow probably. So if they're selling at a spot price here, they're really locking in a forward price tomorrow. And so if we skip forward one day, this is tomorrow, then our borrower here repurchases the collateral by paying the locked-in forward price and effectively paying an interest rate to the lender. So it's a loan of cash, a short-term overnight loan, with the key feature being that our lender here, it's secured by collateral. So if our borrower defaults overnight, can't come up with the funds, then the lender at least has this collateral. They can go off and sell the collateral and recover their funds.
So yeah, there is collateral backing these repurchase operations. So the banks, they are putting down the collateral. They are the ones in the liquidity crunch. So what is this collateral these banks are putting down? It's junk. I'll tell you that right now. So here's all the collateral used in the repurchase markets: corporate bonds, treasuries, U.S. treasuries, equity, covered bonds, mortgage-backed securities, junk bonds, other asset-backed securities, aka junk bonds, money market securities, bank loans, and gold. Gold probably never put down. I mean, rarely. Last resort type of thing, I would guess. But we're going to get into these types of bonds, you guys. What is the bonds? We're not going to get into all of them because there's, as you can see, but we're going to get into a couple important ones regarding the liquidity crisis, liquidity crunch. And number one is what banks hold a lot of. And it's not only, U.S. banks, I mean, a lot of them are, but there are foreign banks involved with this. And U.S. treasuries are the number one liquidity. I mean, a lot of liquidity in U.S. treasury bonds, you guys. I mean, that's the number one safe haven asset out there, is the United States Treasury bond. I don't know exactly all the years they come in. I don't know if there's year bonds. Probably. But I don't know if the United States Treasury issues those directly themselves. But most common, 10-year, 20-year, 30-year bonds. So when these things are in trouble, the ripple effects go throughout all of the world. Because this is one of the safest assets out there, the future of the United States economy. Basically betting on it. So here are the foreign holders of U.S. treasuries as of December 2019 in billions of dollars. Japan, number one. China, they're betting big on U.S. United Kingdom, only has like a third of what China has. Brazil, Ireland, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Cayman Islands, Hong Kong, Belgium. I wonder if that's one of the tax things, because a lot of our banker guys can get tax havens in the Cayman Islands. I wonder if they're required to purchase amount of securities for that. Probably. And it goes on and on, all other down here. So a lot of these foreign guys are involved in these repurchase operations. And last week we had a chat show. So it went from about 1.6% for the 30-year treasury, the safest one, the longest one. And down we went. Getting down below 0.8%, nearly 0.6%, before, they shut everything down and we were rebounding. So that was scary. This has never happened before because that's super safe. We're supposed to have a good percentage, 1.6% on that. Nothing down below 1%. No, not on a 30-year bond. You're taking a long risk right there. 30 years, guys. So this is good. Explains why this was unprecedented. It went for 10-year, 20-year, and 30-year. All went below that 1% mark. And it says the reason it's unprecedented is fairly straightforward. 30-year treasuries are among the purest expressions of long-term outlook for U.S. economic growth, inflation, and the path of interest rates available in financial markets. Those are subject to structural forces that don't just change overnight. The Federal Reserve can deliver a surprise cut to interest rates, which can lower short-term treasuries in a hurry, but that traditionally has a more minor impact on the longest-dated securities. The assumption is that lower rates would stimulate the economy, leading to higher growth and inflation, which would eventually cause the central bank to bring back rates up again. The long bond spans multiple economic cycles. The past 2 days of trading suggest that the line of thinking might no longer hold. Here's a few scenarios that would explain why traders were piling into 30-year bonds with yields below 1%. So the Fed will be stuck and keeping its lending rate near 0% or below it for the near future. There's virtually no risk that a central bank will raise interest rate again out of fear the U.S. economy cannot withstand it. Neither central banks nor elected officials can stave off a recession that includes a period of deflation. Foreign bond buyers see their home country yields remaining negative indefinitely and are panic buying a safe liquid asset offers a positive yield. Speculators and momentum traders are riding the treasury rally to its extreme. So basically, their fear of the, negative rates, you guys. So let's get something that can get us positive while we still can. Please don't shill your coins, guys. Listen to cryptocurrency, yeah. Tyler, don't talk about censorship when you're blocking people on your Telegram group based on, hey, Robbie, guess what? Suck ball stack. Yeah. My Telegram group is a Telegram group, it's not Twitter. So please don't make a comparison of apples to oranges. Yeah. You sound like an idiot. Oh yeah, website plans are in full motion, you guys. So I do have a few guys I'm talking with regarding designs. One guy I'm really liking. He's been moving really fast on the design, shows he has high interest, so really pumped on the logo he did recently too, so looking good on that. Again, too, I'm looking for some really good researchers for the website. Looking for some good journalists that can, do some good investigations, good research into DeFi protocols, tutorials, things like that. You've seen my content, something similar along the lines. Have the same format as what I do. So if you have any skills, definitely send me an email. thechicocrypto@gmail.com. Ooh, bull flag to 7K. It depends. We're going to see what happens regarding Monday morning. I'm sure over the weekend they've been talking like mad what they're going to do to save these markets. So I'm not saying we're going to have a big fat crash, but I'm kind of saying it because things look shitty right now. So yeah, here's the current Treasury bond rates, 0.94% for the 10-year. We've got above 1% for the 20-year, and 30-year got to 1.56%. Should be getting the most with 30-year because you're taking the longest risk. So, yeah, so we have a bunch of treasuries. Basically, the government buying back their own bonds they sold to them, finding a new buyer, whatever, them rebuying it back. It's, I mean, just craziness. But now we have corporate bonds. So corporations issue them. McDonald's, whatever. Walmart issues corporate bonds. So right here in 2011, corporate bonds rated BBB made up about a third of the market, according to Capital Economics. Today, such bonds account for nearly half of it. So BBB is basically just above junk bond level. It's basically how you get into the corporate bond level. If you're below that, you're in the high yield category. So lots of debt issued by energy companies, oil fracking, fit that description. An estimated 67% of investment grade debt issued by energy companies is rated BBB compared to 50% overall, according to Morgan Stanley. And 34 billion of BBB rated energy debt is already on negative credit. Watch for more. Oh, negative credit watch from one or more rating agencies. Plus, so-called shadow banks or financial entities that face far less regulation than traditional lenders have snapped up large amounts of corporate liabilities. A decade of persistently low interest rates has pushed down yields on safer government bonds, encouraging private equity firms, hedge funds, and even pension funds to buy riskier assets with higher returns. So, they have been moving into the junk bond category, especially the less regulated shadow banks, financial entities. So, junk bonds, baby. These are crap. These are the crap bonds, but, higher risk, higher reward. During, low interest rates, regular treasuries weren't getting greatest yields. Let's move into junk, which we're getting great yields at the time because that's what a lot of people were trading. And what a junk bond is, high yield bond, whatever they call it, try to make it sound better with high yield. It has an identity crisis. It wants to be a bond, but it acts like a stock. So it's supposed to even be safer than a stock, too. It's supposed to go U.S. treasuries, corporate bonds. I can't think right now. I smoked a fat bowl right before this. Junk bonds, stock market, and then possibly crypto, which we'll get into. So there's a fat identity crisis, but what people are saying is get the hell out of junk bonds right now. I mean, right here, March 12th, junk bonds, get out now. Because a lot of those junk bonds do come from the energy sector, like it said, and if oil war keeps going and Putin looks to be pretty strong on his stance regarding this, they're not going to be able to survive, you guys, unless there's a fat bailout. And as we saw when Trump started talking about bailing out those oil industries, the markets crashed. That goes against a large percentage of his base, you guys. A large percentage of his base are from the Tea Party that arose from the 2008 financial crisis. They arose because of the bailout of banks. If he bails out freaking the oil industry, he's just doing it again. So that markets reacted to that, and I was surprised because that's what he was talking about. Because he knows it's a house of cards right now, ready to collapse. So this is interesting. Wall Street fears flashbacks to 2008, with forced selling in $9 trillion in the U.S. corporate bond market. So a lot of that is the BBB and above, but if stuff goes bad, the credit watch agencies are going to reevaluate these BBB rating bonds, corporate bonds, and they could be moved into the junk bond high yield category, and then a lot of the regulated funds, not shadow banks, will be forced to sell those because they can't hold on to them due to regulations. Oh, whoa, Lawrence, thank you, man. I appreciate. What do I think about the stimulus will do long term? It's not good. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. They're stimulating the stimulus wasn't basically them. It is them printing money. Where did they get that money to buy all this? They printed it. And, I mean, they make it look great by, it's a repurchase, they're putting down collateral, but literally it's them giving away free money to the banks. That's what it is. Don't let them try to hide it. It is. So it is a bank bailout. So this is what's interesting. We have, this nice $9 trillion corporate bond market. It's in trouble, you guys. We have a $1.5 trillion junk bond market. And then we have a $1.5 billion cryptocurrency market. So, 150 billion. Why did I put 1.5 billion? Oops. Gotta fix that. So, this is basically just a small percentage of this junk bond market, you guys. This Bitcoin market. But we have a bunch of traders from this side. Just BitMEX alone, they came from Finance 1.0. They came from trading these junk bonds. So, just look at co-founder and chief executive officer Arthur Hayes. After graduating with a degree in economics from Wharton School of Business, Arthur lived in Hong Kong as equity derivatives trader. He was a market maker for Deutsche Bank and Citibank exchange traded funds. He comes from this. He's still trading it too, you guys. So they got to cover their positions in this. There's a lot more liquidity in this. They have a lot larger positions in this. It's a cascade, you guys. As they got to cover these positions over here, we're going to see a fall in crypto too, because they got to take money from here to cover these positions, because they consider this stuff less risky than Bitcoin. That's the thing, is guys who came from Finance 1.0, in my personal opinion, they don't believe in Bitcoin long term. They're not a cypherpunk. They don't believe in true economic freedom. They believe in making money up and down, raping people for every dime they got. Because they did it in the other markets too. So don't listen to Arthur Hayes and his bull crap. He needs to be expunged from this because he's leading to downward pressure on Bitcoin's price due to this right here. Junk. Bitcoin isn't junk, you guys. It's unfortunate we have Finance 1.0's pause, dirty, greedy pause in it, and tricking everybody left and right to go leverage trade on it and contribute to the downward pressure. But it's what the fact of the matter right now. Yeah, listen to my little rant in Microsoft Paint. But that's how I feel right now. Yo, what's up, everybody? Truth. Yes, Bob. 100% truth. They don't want XRP. You guys, if they wanted XRP, it would have pumped like mad in this. They consider XRP just as junky as this. They do. You might not. I do too. But can Ethereum survive? Of course Ethereum can survive. Chainlink over Ethereum. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting, but what's good, Crypto P? I like your name. Sneaky P. If you've ever watched that show on Amazon, it's one of my favorites. I appreciate that $5 tip. I'm going to put 5 on a Sacker now. I'll put 5 on it to Debo down the street. So it's unfortunate we got dirty, grubby, greedy Finance 1.0 who don't give a crap about the utility of Bitcoin. They don't care if, Bitcoin's implementing Stratum v2. They don't care. They could care less. That's why you've never heard Arthur Hayes talk about anything regarding the Bitcoin protocol. He's talked about leveraging it up 20,000 in BTC. Crypto Barakium. Barakoman. What's up, brother? I appreciate the tip. Chico, I love you. I love you too. BTC will go down to 3,400. Possible soon. I hold Kyber Network 30%. At Ethereum 40%. Ren, Mana 10%. I do like the holdings, dude. I hold all of those as well. Yep. It's possible. I mean, in my personal opinion, yes. I mean, coronavirus isn't stopping, especially in the United States. We're just in the beginning waves of things. Like you've seen what happened in China. China's numbers are fake anyways. They have a lot more cases than you see. But for a while there, they were kind of reporting. And you saw what happened, the parabolic growth. You know, that's going to happen here in the United States. Don't think we're any different. I mean, China's has more control. You know, they shut down quarantines faster. They are spraying whole cities. You saw it with a disinfectant. That's going to happen here in the States. And when it does, and so it's hard for me to say. I mean, I'm getting right now enough cash so I can survive for a year, 2 years. As you guys know, I cashed out a small percentage of my cryptocurrency portfolio when Bitcoin went above 10K because I did a live stream about this panic and I got made fun of in that live stream. I can't wait to look back on this. Where was that one? Right here, cash out at 10K. Oh, what is going on? Yeah, and I got made fun of in this live stream a month ago. Everyone's like, it's not going to get that bad. You're stupid, Tyler. Okay, and yeah. Look what's happening. Come on. Oh, shoot, tips. Did I buy a gun? Well, I appreciate the tip, but my personal defense inventory has increased a little bit. Yes. I mean, kind of smart to get one in this type of situation. But yeah, I mean, you see too, I should have showed this earlier, but you kind of see what happened with other assets. Gold got crushed too. Not as bad, you know, stock market. And then look at Bitcoin, 50% loss, 15%. This is because people are covering their asses in Bitcoin to save these junk bond positions. But yeah, getting into gold was a smart idea. Then I should have got out more. I should have known this was going to happen. I should have known. I knew what BitMEX was doing. I was just hopium, optimism. But I mean, it's not like I'm giving up on Bitcoin. Like, I mean, you've seen some YouTubers posting, I have not sold all my Bitcoin. I've sold some so I can survive, you know, if things get bad for a year or two. And I've, you know, made sure that I'm safe. But hell no. This boy holds strong. I mean, I've been through worse than this. Went through Mount Gox going down. Have I watched any Austin Steinbart videos? Oh, Julio, no I haven't. I'm actually not a big viewer of the tube myself. I'm more of an article researcher. A lot of people have different ways of learning. I like to read. And then I like to take what I read, you know, and give it to the people who are visual learners in a visual way. Yeah, Arthur Hayes, nothing personal, just biz. We just needed to, he has a lot of positions in Finance 1.0. He's trading that stuff. He came from it. And they got messed up on Monday. Oh yeah, we will talk about MakerDAO here in a second. Oh, but this just goes back into, you know, what is going on. You know, just since the financial crisis, 2008, we've had pretty much 20% inflation on the US dollar since then. You know, since Bitcoins came out, it went from $0 to now 5,000. So I'm still holding strong, you guys. I mean, Bitcoin may get down to $3,000. It may get down to $400. But it will. When it rises from the ashes, it's going to explode this time. It was built for this. And we are in such a bigger liquidity crunch than the 2008. It makes it look like peanuts. So we need a Great Depression. We need to fall with it to rise. Just like a phoenix. Thoughts on Hedera hash ass? No, I don't like it. I think it's a dag. Corporate stuff. I don't like it. I sold some BTC to stack TP. That's not going to be good because TP, high demand for TP right now, low supply. But when this stuff passes, large supply, low demand. There's going to be a lot of know what I thought would be funny to do right now? Is if you, stocked up on a good amount of TP, you had enough for you to wipe your butt for a month or two. But then you had like a couple months extra and, go TP some houses right now. That would be funny. That would piss some people off. I'd just go TP someone's house. Not too much TPing going on. Have you guys ever TP'd a house? I have. Yeah, all is well, Bum. Hope all is well with you, too. Toilet paper will moon Monday. It's possible. So, this is one thing I'm kind of getting worried about, especially for Monday, and why we could see a lot of turmoil come Monday, is there's rumors that New York may be getting quarantined, the entire city. And it's just rumors at this point, text messages going around, saying leak, blah, blah, blah. But there are now 524 cases in New York State alone. I don't foresee it. But there's been talk from Governor Cuomo yesterday regarding, shutting down gatherings of 500 or more people. The New York subway is a gathering of 500 or more people. So are they going to shut down the subway? As you guys know, that's the economic backbone of New York. If that goes down, panic is going to ensue. So a spread in New York would be absolutely terrible for the markets. Bitcoin too, in the short term. But do we need it to happen for Bitcoin to kind of eventually take off? I think so. We don't need this coronavirus to basically just disappear. It would be great for, lives to disappear. But for the sanity of economies across the globe, we needed this to break it apart. The spread between the rich and the poor was getting absolutely crazy. And I did a video on it a while ago. It's overshoot and collapse. It's when the rich take a large majority of the resources from the majority of the population, which is usually the poor. It happens in just anything. 80-20 rule. And once you kind of go past that, and that's what we've hit. We're basically shot over where 20% of the population controls over 80% of the resources. While 80% of the population just gets 20% of the resources. Doesn't work. Never has. Never will. Oh, man. Bitskin. Appreciate the tip, man. Keep up the awesome job and rocking the crypto space. Smoke a bowl. Gave me Canadian $27.99, dude. You're awesome. I would love to smoke a joint with all my followers. Would love it. I've smoked a joint with a few. If I'm ever at a crypto conference, you see me there. We're in Cali. I'll be blazing up a joint. But regarding, me getting slammed on Twitter, you guys should know I'm banned for life from Twitter. But follow me on Instagram. Started posting more on there. Gained like 500 followers in the past few days, so that's cool. Thanks everybody for following me. But my Twitter type content is going to be going on Instagram, Uptrend. So all the links to follow me are in the description. And the most controversial one, which some people in this chat will like, some people will hate. Who likes it, who hates it? Twitch. So I have been posting on Twitch, and I've earned, just from 4 Twitches, $10.33, you guys. I'm twitching. And this, if you guys didn't know what Twitch is, it's basically Twitter built on Bitcoin SV blockchain. In your opinion, what has to happen in order to start buying crypto again? Good question. For me to start buying crypto again, I mean, I get paid in crypto, so it's kind of what's going to take for me, for myself, you know, what's it going to take for me to start cashing out all my payments into USD. I mean, in the short term, I might start doing that if I even get a freaking payment. No one in the crypto industry, they're broke right now, so I'm going to be eating top ramen for the next few months if it gets any worse. But, I mean, what's it going to take for people to start buying crypto again? It's going to take for a lot of fools to get out, you know? A lot of the crap heads to lose it. You know, they get away from Bitcoin and the crypto markets after they lose everything, and they're gone. And, you know, as true believers hold, there's only so many Bitcoin that can be traded, you know, on the markets. As people hold onto their value, their store of value, and these markets start bubbling again, especially as negative rates come, you know. If people have liquidity, money, corporations, hedge funds can just get money, and, you know, U.S. treasuries aren't freaking producing anything. Nothing's producing anything of a return. They're going to go into other assets, Bitcoin, real estate, blah, blah, blah. I mean, can Bitcoin ever get away from BitMEX? It might, maybe never. But good question, Alejandro. Or, I think that was your name. Sorry, man. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Armando. Roger Trimino just gave me $5 for nothing. I appreciate that. You got 5 on it. Head of the Bitcoin SV channel has some good words. So regarding, you know, it being built on Bitcoin SV, you're like, so some people are like, you using Twitch, is that you signaling support for Bitcoin SV? Well, I'm going to use anything that works. I got banned from Twitter. Of course, I'm going to use anything where I can get my voice heard, especially if it's decentralized. Now, Bitcoin SV is decentralized. And it works good for something like Twitch right now. And there's no arguing that. I mean, I've used it. I mean, transactions go through seamlessly. They work. But the reason, you know, it works well for, you know, Twitch. It's not going to work well for moving large amounts of money right now. I mean, yes, it does have high transaction throughput. And the reason, you know, people are going to trust it with something like Twitch is because, you know, you only pay to Twitch oh, my money button. You only pay like a couple cents for a tweet, you know. People trust Bitcoin SV's hash power to, you know, be correct for that. They're not putting large amounts of value through the Bitcoin SV blockchain right now. It is, you know, number 7 right now, 2.2 billion. Volumes 2 billion. So, you know, people will trust, you know, moving $1 million, 5 million, get up to 10 million. People start to get a little weary of sending it over that because of 51% attacks. You know, it doesn't cost much to 51% attack Bitcoin SV. And there are a lot of mining machines out there that can switch over like that. Anything on Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash can switch over like that. So someone's sending, you know, a $100 million transaction and they get attacked during that transaction. So it works well, and maybe, you know, Bitcoin SV becomes a blockchain for Twitter. Possible. But do I believe it's Bitcoin? No. I mean, the only time Bitcoin SV will become Bitcoin is when there is a hash rate in price flip. That's the market, especially if you're a SHA-256 algorithm. This is the market's deciding which one is the true. As of right now, they have basically a 95% opinion that Bitcoin is the real Bitcoin. 2.5%, 2.1%. People are realizing that Bitcoin trash is Bitcoin trash. Roger Vere's is trash. But yeah, let's talk about this MakerDAO aftermath. So some people got liquidated. One guy did a CDP for, I don't know why he would do this, $229,000. Woo! And it was a high risk one with only like a collateralization ratio of 150%. Ooh, Roger Treminio. That's what he meant, probably. I am on Uptrend, Roger. Posted about this live stream, actually. And it only got 7 pluses. No, that's great, guys. I'm just being an ass. So yeah, it liquidated some son of a... I mean, it's got to suck for this. This guy's got to be thinking about, you know, it depends on if it was his whole life savings or if he's a big Ethereum whale. I don't know. If he's putting that much down, he better be a big whale. It better not be his life savings. But he put high risk. It was only like 150% liquidation ratio. And, I mean, this shouldn't have happened necessarily. I mean, this guy should have got at least about like 20% of it back. But there was a Ethereum network, high amount of traffic going on. You know, you tried to use a regular transaction, regular gas price. It wasn't going through. I mean, if he's putting down this amount of money, he should know if he needs to put more collateral down to save it. Put a $15 frickin' Ethereum gas transaction. Put a $50 one. So, I mean, a lot of the mistakes were not necessarily MakerDAO's fault. I mean, some are, definitely, because their keeper system, auction system, wasn't as robust as it should be. And a lot of that has to do with how MakerDAO has... I mean, it's a very valuable market, you guys, keeper market. Making money off of these liquidized CDPs, it can be very valuable, very profitable. So there's not too many keepers out there, and MakerDAO's, the documentation regarding creating a keeper, it's difficult, and it's hard to find. You can find it, and I think there's a reason people are trying to keep it small, is because they want to make most money off of these. But, I mean, to make a more robust system that can withstand flash crashes like this, you need a robust auction and keeper system. So get it out there, MakerDAO. Stop being greedy, you could say. Whoever are the keepers, tell them to make documentation and get it out there. It would have stopped it. So, I mean, people are like, whoa, MakerDAO, are you getting out? No freaking way, you guys. I mean, the system worked the system didn't break. It worked how it was supposed to work. It's just because there wasn't enough keepers. That's what happened. I mean, I see the future of Ethereum DeFi and finance, and DAI and MakerDAO are going to be a massive part of that. It is the most robust stablecoin out there. I mean, some people are like, look at RSR, and I do hold a little RSR, but they don't have a product out like DAI. Buy silver this year, dude. Check Samsung converting. Gonna go vertical soon. I'll look into that. EUK Nibbler. Jesus. Yeah, nothing. Don't shill your own channel. I mean, this isn't a place to come be like, hey, come check out my YouTube channel. You know, you do a live stream to do that. So chill out with that, por favor. I mean, actually, I do go into live streams, but I don't go into other people's live streams to say, hey, come follow my channel. I go in to cause a ruckus. Talk crap to Supo Man. Say, screw you, Charles Hoskinson. Just a quick little jab at him. Then I'm out. But, yeah, I don't go chill. I hate when people do that. You know, people follow you for your content. Not for going into other people's chat groups. People don't like that. I'll tell you that right now. They won't follow you because of it. Oh, yeah, so Edward Snowden. Unfortunately, I can't tweet, but I can read tweets off our cryptocurrency. So, Edward Snowden tweeted this. This is the first time in a while I've felt like buying Bitcoin. This drop was too much panic and too little reason. Well, if you watched there was a lot of reason for it, actually. But don't buy Bitcoin because Edward Snowden told you to right now. Justin Sun, blocking people on Twitter right now, so kind of glad I got off the cesspool that is Twitter. I mean, I spent a lot of time on there putting out... It was my troll box. So I went on Twitter to go troll. And yeah, I spent too much time trolling. So now I'm going to be able to focus on good content. So it's a good thing. But regarding some stuff going on, so I mean, with all the market crashes, I mean, I wish I could be doing a lot of research, but people don't want to see the research right now. If I put out a good research video, they would just be like, who the frick cares? Price is going down. But there is good stuff going on. End-to-end transport layer security on Hyperledger Besu. As you know, Hyperledger Besu, Consensus, EA, Chainlink, Unibright, Aztec Protocol. Big things going on with that. So still great projects. Ones I just named. Ones involved with the EA, iExec RLC. Question about this TLS, though. Who's been working on it? I'm trying to find who are the developers that have been working on it. Pegasus from Consensus has been, which is, you know, John Wolpert involved with those guys, too. Uh-oh. My chat's not loading. One sec, guys. No pain, no gain. Am I self-quarantining? No, I do have moderators. I don't know why they're not. Maybe they're Bitcoin SV fans, my moderators? I'll get them. Yeah, I mean, you can chill your stuff, you know, once or twice, but you keep going like that. It just gets annoying. So, now let's get into a little Chico Crypto conspiracy. So, yesterday, Bill Gates announced he was stepping down from the board of Microsoft to focus on philanthropy. This is weird. So this has been going on since the outbreak of the coronavirus started. Just CEO, board director, just stepping down. Bob Iger, Disney, Nokia, UPS, Salesforce. These was all within 2 months, you guys. So it's weird. It's like, what is all these rich people stepping down for? They know something we don't? Well, let's talk about that. So here's another rich boy, young rich boy, Palmer Luckey. If you haven't watched this video, I highly recommend you watch it. It was one of my favorite videos to do. It's about Trump's roundtable, and if they are Bitcoin friend or foes, they are Bitcoin foes. If anyone tries to tell you they're friends of Bitcoin, shut up. So, Palmer Luckey, he is part of this elite group. He recently got into it. He's working with Trump, actually, building... we'll watch.
That guy is in so much trouble. If
The,
he's not dead.
the thing is, I didn't. You know what? I wasn't really like speculating big time or anything. It's just that I had money sitting in the exchange from back when they.
Oh, damn it. Oops. Damn you. I saw a frickin'... Where'd it go? Oh, that sucks. I saw a tip, so I had to... I was gonna pause it, and then I freaking clicked out of it. I forget where that video is, too. There we go. Okay. Alright, thanks for the tip, man. I appreciate that. You should become a private investigator. What's your bottom for BTC? I mean, I'm not going to try to call you guys. I have no freaking idea. I mean, if crap goes down regarding the markets Monday, traditional sell-off, U.S. Treasuries start getting wrecked, we're going to see a fat ripple effect into Bitcoin. Because we have people from Finance 1.0 who has their greedy paws all over it. So it's going to crash. I mean, 1K is possible, 2K is possible, 3K is possible. Again, it depends on what the Dow Jones does. I mean, if the Dow takes a steep 10% cliff drop, we're going to see 3Ks again. If we see Dow go 20%, we're going to see 2Ks. If we see Dow go to 30%, we're going to see freaking 1Ks. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, this is pretty interesting.
When they were the biggest, most legit exchange, and I never got around to pulling it out.
OG NASA,
I had
thank
a bunch
you.
of other money sitting in other exchanges and in my cold
And a
cold
shit
storage
emoji.
wallets. But
thank you.
Oh well.
That sucks, man.
You just got to move on.
Yeah.
Can't dwell on it.
Yeah, what is it even stabilized? Is it even back to like 500?
So yes, he is an early adopter and was involved highly with multiple exchanges, cold wallet storage, and mining. But that was in 2014. Is he still involved? Well, from a tweet after the major crash in 2018. Oh no, Bitcoin has crashed to where it was at the start of December. That is only double what it was a month before, and only 10x what it was a year ago. So obviously, yes. But today at Anduril, what is going on with blockchain? Well,
so Anduril is his defense company. It's a futuristic defense company, and he actually has government contracts with Trump and the U.S. government to build a virtual border wall. Basically using sentry towers and drones. Pretty nuts.
as you can see, Lattice AI is most likely using a lattice type algorithm, like the block lattice for transactions and inputs. But then you just need to see the engineer Lucky has hired, Andrew Musk. Full stack engineer at Anduril, and as we can see, he was a co-founder of Blockchain UCLA, and only left around the time he joined Palmer. I wonder if he's related to Elon. And you want to know what is batshit crazy? Palmer just bought something outside of Chico, California. Yes, the same Chico as in Chico Crypto.
So yeah, this is where the reason I was bringing up these CEOs all stepping down is because of this crap. So Palmer Luckey outside of Chico where I live, he bought something, and it's freaking blows my mind. It blew my mind back then, and now it's even getting weirder.
The abandoned Titan 1 missile silo, as seen from this New York Times article about him. He owns a second property in Chico, California, with decommissioned Titan 1 silos. It was a silo that held 98-foot-long missiles with plutonium-based nuclear warheads as a defense during the Cold War. Many Titan silos were built around the country, but the Chico one was unique. Literally a massive underground complex and city, which also included a fallout shelter which could house 6,000 people. Here's what the site looked like from an aerial view in 2014, before Palmer's purchase. Here's what the insides looked like before his purchase too. Well, as of 2017, it is his, and as we can see, it is located at... Looking up public records of last work done on that site, a large 600K job, applied on 1/15 of this year, under Eris Dome LLC. Then, using Corporation Wiki, we can find that Eris Dome LLC is of course under Palmer Luckey's Friend Lords Keep Inc. You know what is funny? All of these companies and LLCs he owns are named from the 90s Super Nintendo game Chrono Trigger. And guess what? The Arisdome LLC, of which is working on Titan 1, is a location in Chrono Trigger. From the wiki.
So this gets weird too about what he named his fallout shelter he bought in Chico, the Titan 1, is what he named it after in Chrono Trigger.
Appearing in the future, it houses the remaining survivors of the horrible incident that destroyed Guardia in the year of 1999 AD, like a fallout shelter from a nuclear fallout. And here's what it looks like from the game. Uncanny resemblance to Chico's Titan 1 underground system.
That's actually that picture is a sketch drawing of what the underground system in Titan 1 looks like.
Underground system, which also has a fallout. What is going on outside where I live is unknown.
So yeah, I've actually went around that location recently, and yeah, there's work being done on it. They have a large military fence, barbed wire around it. It's kind of spooky. You know, is this the elite knowing shit's about to go down and they're building fallout shelters and all of them are retreating to them right now? I have no idea. Have all downward CME gaps been filled? If you've answered this, I apologize. Oh, no problem, Inside Fire. I appreciate the tip, man. Yeah, most CME gaps have been... I mean, I think there's one at like 2,000, I don't know, somewhere around 3,000, so I don't think so. But, I mean, CME gaps have nothing to do with anything. CME has no pressure on the markets, really. I mean, CME volume probably during the hype was... Oh, Skew has a good one. Skew. Where's CME? CME. 595 million on that day. I mean, even on their highest volume day, you know, 595 million, there's not nearly as much volume today. I mean, BitMEX alone had 2.2 billion. Not providing nearly. I mean, during that intense trading, I'm sure. Where's BitMEX on here? They gotta have them. Yeah, BitMEX had 11 billion on that day. So the gaps don't have as much influence as, you know, what nasty traders on BitMEX are doing. Is my live stream virus free? No, because I'm coming down with it. Started to feel the sniffle. No, I'm kidding. I've been self-isolating. You know, keep myself safe. But yeah, that looks like what I got for the stream today, guys. If any of you guys want to come TPing with me, I'm going to be going on a TPing spree here pretty soon. So I got a bunch of TP. Oh yeah, Brave browser too. Download it if you haven't. Earn some crypto. Where did I learn to edit and set up my lighting and background? It looks awesome. I didn't learn to edit. I hired and partnered with a editor. His name's James. Really good. He takes care of all the editing. And studio. So I was shooting my videos when I lived in Miami with James because he lives there as well. But I moved back to California and he helped me set up the studio. So without him, it would probably look like garbage. Because I have done it myself and it looked like garbage. Oh, you guys want CZ twerking? Come on. Maybe I'll make a new video of that soon. We got some people trying to put in or spam my stream. Well, guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in for the stream. I think I'm going to get going. It's actually, well, not today, my mom's birthday, but a couple days ago was my mom's birthday, and I'm going to be taking her out and stuff, so got to get going with that. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Bitcoin survival guide for 2020. It's going to be rough, I'll tell you that. Rough waters ahead. I think rough waters ahead for the entire global economy. We're moving into a great, in my opinion, depression part number 2. I talked about that. And in the short term, Bitcoin's going to suffer, in my opinion. Long term, this is what we were made for. I mean, I'm sticking with plan B. You guys know me. I'm hodling, but cashed out enough to survive an extended bear market depression. I appreciate you guys. I'll tell my mom, yes, happy birthday. She will appreciate that. Isolating. I'm not sick, you guys. No, I'm not taking her out like in public, like to the movies or something, but yeah. You'll live long enough and see everything twice. Whoa. Dude, no, I haven't lost faith in Chainlink long term. God. People, you guys have weak hands, I will tell you. It is silly. I mean, it sucks you guys bought at like the $4 top, I'm sure. But it's called DCA. That's why you don't like just put in a large amount into the top of any project. I would never do that. It's absolutely idiotic because things like this can happen, you know. After a large run like that, you should be a little cautious. Dollar cost average. You buy the project when it's high, when it's low, when it's high, when it's low. My mom is a saint. So, I would, God damn it, what'd you say? Hodl, okay. I thought you talked about my mama. About to smack a fool. I'm kidding. You can say the best yo mama jokes at me, but I'm gonna be gone before you guys start trashing my mama. Alright guys, peace out. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.